What's up, guys? I am back with another one. Is it some bad news? It might be some bad news. So I'm going back to work 2 days a week. Sucks, but it is what it is. I mean, how long can you ride out a contract like that? Telework agreement because of COVID. The issue I have is we've proven we can do the job. So that is pretty much it. The other horrible news that I have is I don't know how much longer the Z125, I don't know. You guys that are new to the channel haven't really seen the Z too often because I only ride it, I mean, not even that often, not anymore. It's more of my wintertime bike because it's clapped out, kind of like your ex-girlfriends, you know. That's what the Z is. But the Z's been with me the longest. I've ridden it the most. I rode it the most. Back when I got the speeding ticket with the 600, I took the Z out because you really couldn't get in trouble on it. It was also with me in the military, and it took me to a lot of cool places, a lot of places that I never would have gone by myself. So it's kind of like a family member, and it hurts. It hurts that it's broke. Now when I say broke, I'm not really sure what's even wrong with it. I pulled the clutch and stuff just to kind of take a look, see what the noise was. And as soon as I put it all back together, the noise is now worse, which really sucks. It sounds like kind of like a gear slapping around a little bit. And if it's bearings, yeah, dude, it's just a pain in the butt. Now, the other issue too is I like to be a man of my word, right? And I told Matt, I told a couple people that I wanted to do like a camping trip, a mini bike camping trip, and it was going to be this summer. So what sucks is the summer's coming to an end, and yeah, we like the colder temperatures, so that's fine, right? Like I'll deal with, you know, a little bit of a chilly temp camping. You just bring a better sleeping bag. But we wanted it to be on the little bikes so that we could take them off into the woods, down to a river, and just camp out. So that it was almost like a stealth camping, right, with mini bikes. Nobody would know we were even there. And yeah, just have a blast for like a night or two and head home at the end of the day on these little bikes and call it a day. And if the Z's broken and it's gonna strand me up in some spot, you know, we're talking maybe an hour north of here, find a nice river somewhere and do it. But if it's gonna strand me, that would really suck. I don't want that. So that's where my issue lies. I'm just not sure what to do anymore. It's not worth it to sell. It's more sentimental to me just because it's been with me through thick and thin, and there's no reason to even sell that bike. I mean, the bike was paid off the first year I even had it, if that. So it owes me nothing and has given me a lot. So that's what sucks. So do you guys get to that point? It's like losing a family member, you know, and I don't think women ever understand that. But like I was telling my wife about a little spool of solder that I've had for 20 years at this point, and I'm almost out of it. And I'm like, and she's just kind of looking at me like I'm nuts. And I guess we all are, right? Like there's been things that have been with me for so long now that you have an attachment to it, and it's not even alive. I'm not gonna cry about it. What do I do? if I start pulling things apart on the engine, if I pull the engine out of the Z and start pulling it apart, if I have all the parts, I could do it in a weekend, right? I could revamp that engine, completely rebuild it in a weekend. But if it's not the engine and it's the gears, I mean, what do I do then? It's the transmission? It's something like that? It's just, to me, I don't know. I'm doubting my skills, I guess. So what do I do? I'm not sure. I am not sure. I mean, for the guys, I'm sure I could say, let's find a campground. I'll take this, you guys take that. We'll go right up to the campground and camp, right? Kind of the same deal. It just wouldn't be stealth camping on a river in New Hampshire, right? Like that would be the best title, is just stealth camping mini bikes. I don't know if you guys can tell how stressed out I am over that, but that's my problem right now. You know, my other problem is I really wanted to do this YouTube thing, and during the wintertime, I'm not taking this bike out. There's no way. Unless we don't get snow and there's no salt on the roads, this bike is gonna see the garage for what, 3-4 months? Could be even, you know, 5-6 months sometimes. It's just how shitty it gets up here some years. So if that's the case, I mean, it's just, I'm gonna go back to riding motorcycles like a normal human. You know, no more videos, no more nothing. If I can't keep it going, if I can't keep it worth it for anybody to come back to my channel for a, you know, extended period of time, it's like, to me, that would just suck. Dude, I would forget all about the channel, and I completely understand that. That's why I'm just trying to talk myself through this, trying to figure it out. It's not that I can't buy another bike. I could if I wanted to. But, you know, buying something that large for myself makes me then think about my family, and I'm like, you know, why is it that I'm always doing this and it seems like everybody else is getting the shit end of the stick? It's selfish. So in the long run, I'd love to be doing YouTube, you know, as a job. That would be the goal, right? I think that's a lot of people's goals. For now, it's do it as, you know, a fun thing. I get to meet a bunch of cool people. And, yeah, I appreciate it. And I don't want to lose that community, you know, that's where it sucks. I did it before, and I watched all these other guys, you know, their channels just blew up at one point. And then they stopped posting videos, you know, 12,000, 13, 15,000, up in those ranges is where they got to, and then they stopped. Now, I was with those guys on track, or keeping up with their track of growing with them. And this was back when, you know, the Northeast Motovloggers was a thing, right? We went down to New York and met a bunch of new kids on the block, so to say. And all those guys kept it going for a while, and then, you know, family and whatever else got in the way, and they stopped. Now with my channel, I pulled all my videos because of the military, and just stopped posting. You know, I talked to everybody. I used to say, oh dude, I would love to get back into it, and I didn't up until I got this bike. Now the Z to me was more like just off-road adventure, right? Now, do I buy something more off-roady? Is there even such a thing? But I don't know. I want to hear some feedback on this one, guys. I know there's like a few people that do comment, and I greatly appreciate it. there is, not that I know, like there's a definite 2 people that always comment, and I greatly appreciate it. You guys are the true MVPs of my channel. But what would your thoughts be on all of this? And the shop is kind of out of the question. I mean, the bike is probably worth 800 bucks, and that's because it's got parts on it and it can be stripped down. So we're not talking bringing it to a shop and paying $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 to have them dig into it and try to fix a problem that may or may not even exist. I mean, the bike rides. I could go out on it tonight. Hit the thumbs up, comment, subscribe, hit the thumbs down. Tell me I'm an asshole. And I will see you in the next one. Whoosh.